Four very interesting games is coming out the next couple of weeks, people. These four matches will test us on different levels, people. I really do believe so. And the first one out of the bunch is Spurs, the noisy neighbors. They'll be coming to the Emirates Stadium. They do have a brilliant manager, but I don't care. Because we are playing in our home ground, we should smoke them. Simple as that. After that, it is the Champions League against Bayern Munich, one of the powerhouses in the Champions League, people. And this game will show us whether we are up there with the big dogs, right? Interesting game. I'm looking forward to that one. And then after that, we have Chelsea away at Stamford Bridge. This is a team that many people are saying they are a top 4 team this season in the Premier League. It's going to be an interesting game, that one as well. And then the fourth team is Brentford in our home ground at the Emirates Stadium. Supposedly the weaker team of all those 4 teams I just mentioned. So in this video, I'm going to talk about 7 points. 7 key areas I'm going to talk about. We are already doing these 7 points in the games, but all I want is for us to sharpen it and make it even more sharper, people. The first one is the high press and the ball recovery. You know, under Arteta, Arsenal's press has been very, very important, and it is a key thing in the games for us. I mean, we press teams very high, we make them make mistakes, recover the ball, and then hit them on the transition, people. That is very important for us. And the second thing is that we do have a pressure triggers like Victor Gyökeres going up against the central defenders, and all of a sudden the rest of the boys are coming in and doing the press with him. Sometimes it is a bad pass from the opponent and we hit them on the counter attack quickly. Sometimes it is the opponent backpedaling, right? And then we hit them on the press, right? It is very important. And what we do also is that we actually have the discipline to maintain that structure. So the high press and the ball recovery, we just need to sharpen it up a little bit more, and all of a sudden it is a powerful tool that we can use against teams. The second point, it is the shape and the tactical flexibility. For you guys who watch football and the Arteta football, basically, you've seen it that Arteta use a hybrid system. If you don't know what I'm talking about, then you're not really a football fan at all. But what he uses is basically a formation of 4-3-3 at the start of the game, and then all of a sudden during the game he switches over to 4-4-2, which is a very interesting. And then in the build-up phases, what we tend to do is that we tend to get our fullbacks into that midfield, right? Calafiori coming in from the left back into the midfield. Jurriën Timber sometimes comes in from the right side into that midfield, and all of a sudden we are overloading the midfield basically, and that gives us a very nice structure, and we're doing that overload in that midfield and dominating it in the midfield, and we tend to use these shapes very effectively. And sometimes we go on the outside, right? The wide areas with Jurriën Timber and Bukayo Saka on the right wing, with Trossard and Calafiori on the left wing. They do the overlaps and underlaps, the fullbacks basically, for the wingers to give them a pass that is very important so the ball could be crossed into the box. It is very interesting. And also we have some of our midfielders like Declan Rice running from the midfield into the box, central run basically, and he should be doing that a little bit more often. I want to see more from Declan Rice, and I want him doing those runs, because every time though he does those runs, the pass is on from Zubimendi to Declan Rice, people. That is the shape and the tactical flexibility. The third thing is the third point I want to talk about is the set pieces basically. The set pieces are very dangerous for us. I mean, we are really good at it. I mean, the corners and the free kicks is very important. And one of our most important player at the set pieces is Gabriel Magalhaes, and he is injured currently. Some people are saying he will be out for a long time. Some people are saying he will be out for a short time. And some people are saying that he's definitely a doubt for the Spurs game. But then nevertheless, we have players that can come in and do a good job, right? And we take our opportunities in the set pieces, right? We score from them. We should utilize them every time we get the chance, right? Sometimes teams will be playing that low block against us, and we need to utilize the set pieces in order to break them down, right? And also in the defense, we are really good at defending on set pieces as well. We keep in a tight-knit, right, defense and avoiding conceding goals. And when we do that, because of keeping that clean sheet, then that helps us grind out wins, basically. That is the set pieces, which was point 3. And the point 4 I want to talk about is ball control and patience. Many a times when I'm watching the games, I'm thinking to myself, come on, Arsenal, we are on the front foot, right? Get a goal. And when you get a goal and then hit them again, get another goal and get another goal. And we just want our boys to keep going and keep going and keep going, right? But in reality is that they are human beings. They're going to get tired. So therefore, it is more effective to maintain a ball position, controlling the tempo and wearing down opponents, basically. And sometimes our positional play is very important as well, because players need to maintain their zone areas as well, right? And when they do that, we are keeping track of the opponent very easily. And one thing I used to see with Martin Odegaard and Bukayo Saka and Jurriën Timber is that triangle on the right side, which is very effective, because what that does for us is that it makes us keep control of the ball and move his players out of position all the time. With Bukayo Saka, Martin Odegaard, and Jurriën Timber just passing the ball to each other and making those important runs from those points, basically. And then when we are ahead of the game, when we are ahead in the game, we should manage the game very smartly and not rush. And we should control the ball. We should control the possession of the ball, and then that will reduce the risk of teams scoring against us. And then point number 5 is the attacking efficiency, people. We do need runners from the midfield into the box. We do need runners on the wide areas like Calafiori and Jurriën Timber. What should they do? They really do. Sometimes they do the overlaps, sometimes they do the underlaps. And you do have a player like Victor Gyökeres. He's currently injured, but he will be back very soon, who is a willing runner all the time, running in those channels, and those passes from Zubimendi, Trossard, or SCA is very important. Over the top of the defense, in he goes and try to score goals for us. So we should use our creative players, which is Zubimendi, SCA, and Trossard currently. Now that is the attacking efficiency. And then number 6, the point 6, is the team rotation and the stamina. Over these 4 matches, rotation will be very important, right? Because players need to be kept fresh, right? And reduce the risk of fatigue. They're going to get tired. So we need to do those substitutions very wisely. We need to make them come in. Sometimes Mikel Arteta is like a robot, right? He doesn't do his substitution until he goes to the 65 minutes mark or the 70 minutes mark. He should do his substitution a little bit earlier. And when he does that, when he brings on the substitutions, what we can do is that we can maintain the intensity of the game, especially in the press and the counter press phases as well. So that is the team rotation and the stamina. And the last thing I want to talk about, which is going to be the end of this video, is the mentality and the focus. That is point 7. Now, the will to win is very important, people. The will to win is very important. And Arteta has highlighted this one in his past victories, right? Players need to stay focused for 90 minutes straight, right? Both on defensive duties and attacking duties as well. We need to avoid falling half asleep in the game, right? Especially up against supposedly the weaker teams. Every match counts, people. Every match counts. Now, I personally think these 7 points are things that we're already doing in the matches, right? And we just need to sharpen them a little bit more and make them really sharp. And I believe that we can win all those 4 matches. Do you agree with me? Do you disagree with me? I would like to hear your opinion. Put your comments down below in the comment section. Much appreciated. And I'm going to end it here, people. And for you guys who's new to the channel, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. And for my regular audience, you know the drill. Hit the like button. Much appreciated. And have a nice one. Take care.